Hey guys, Wyatt Claypool here. While I knew that Justin Trudeau didn't have any honor, I honestly assumed he was the type of narcissist who would want to try and run for re-election in his riding of Papineau in the 2025 federal election. Prove all the haters wrong. People are predicting he might lose his own seat, so run again to show that people in his local area, at the very least, still like him. But Trudeau's not going to do that. Trudeau is not even running in the 2025 federal election at all. That is the biggest sign that it is going to be an absolute flaming wreck of an election campaign for the Liberal Party. Trudeau probably isn't even going to be in the country when all of this goes down, because I guarantee you, in 8 years or so, Justin Trudeau is going to try and make a comeback, and he doesn't want an association with the year that the Liberals lost. Obviously, everyone knows that the Liberals are going to lose the next federal election mainly because of him, but he wants the plausible deniability of not even being on the slate of candidates that the Liberals are running, because he really wants to be like his dad. And his dad at one point was defeated, but then tried to make a comeback later. It was decently successful for Pierre Elliott Trudeau, and Justin Trudeau probably wants to repeat history. The problem is, Justin Trudeau is not his father. He's Justin Trudeau, a complete moron. So, what I think is really going to happen is that not only is Poilievre and the Conservatives going to steamroll in this next election cycle, they're probably going to win the next election after that. And if at that time Trudeau tries to make his comeback, it's only going to reignite why people voted them out in the first place and guarantee that Poilievre may be a 3 or 4 term prime minister. Anyways, other than that, I think we need to talk about Chrystia Freeland, because I've been hearing rumors in the background that Justin Trudeau and Team Trudeau as a whole are trying to force Mark Carney in as the Liberals' leader. They are having to exert a lot of force because Mark Carney does not have a personality, and he could probably be easily beaten by even a slightly competent politician. But so far, all the official candidates in the Liberal Party leadership election race are mostly nobodies. Christy Clark already suspended her campaign, and so who's left right now? Karina Gould, Jamie Batsey, Frank Bayless, Chandra Arya. Not a lot of competition for Mark Carney. And there was a rumor floating around today that Chrystia Freeland may not even run for the leadership. I guess she got cold feet and decided that, wait, I'm an extremely boring person. Why am I attempting to run for leader? But apparently she has taken this rumor to mean a challenge, and she's posted something today to indicate that, yes, indeed, she is going to run against Mark Carney. This is going to be the most beige-colored leadership race you've ever seen. These are the most boring people on the planet, and they are going to fight, and everyone is going to fall asleep while it's happening. But she posted this oddly uncanny photo today to let people know that she has something cooking in the background. So Chrystia Freeland says, "Fifth cup of tea and the calls aren't stopping. Grateful for the chance to hear from you and listen to your ideas, fellow liberals. I'll have much more to say very soon." Obviously, she's running for a leader, but oh my goodness, who took this photo? There's 4 phones sitting on this table. There's 2 empty cups of tea, and then she has one half full one sitting in her hand there. And the table has all of these pock marks in it, like someone took a screwdriver to it the day before. I don't know who approved this photo to go out. Maybe she's trying to go for this homey feeling, oh, hey, it's just your kitchen table at home, the one that the kids have kind of jammed forks into and all that stuff. But this looks like they found a table behind a crack shack somewhere and then made it her campaign office war room table. Plus, whose phones are all these? This looks like her business is failing and all the creditors are trying to come after her right now. This is the POV of what you see when your business is going under. And again, did she want people to just leave empty cups around the table to show that she's really drinking tea right now? I don't know, but strategists are very strange people. If you ever bump into a campaign strategist or a campaign consultant, scream for help and run the other direction, because they will make sure that you lose whatever race you are trying to win. Campaign strategists and many managers don't actually know how average people think, and that's how you get a photo like this. a photo that indicates that they were trying to go for something homey, but ended up just making it feel crack shacky. Anyways, I need to move on to another piece of news because this is actually some bad news for Mark Carney. You see, Mark Carney is supposedly going to be announcing his official start to the leadership race on Thursday, tomorrow in Edmonton. And the rumor was that Mark Carney is going to want to run as a Liberal candidate in the city of Edmonton. He was born in the Northwest Territories, which is like the only interesting thing about him, but there is already a Liberal MP who is planning on staying in the Northwest Territories. So then Mark Carney was going to run in like Edmonton Center and take over for Randy Boissonnault, who was obviously mired in scandal after it was exposed that he was still running this fraudulent like healthcare ventilator mask company with his weirdo friends while he was a minister. So like Randy Boissonnault was an MP between 2015 and 2019. He lost re-election, and then during COVID, he started this weirdo, fakey healthcare company with his friends. But then he was still operating it after he then was re-elected in 2021 and was a minister. And so then he tried to blame it all on another Randy. Oh, all these text messages and emails showing that Randy was doing this and that. That was actually other Randy. Totally couldn't have been Randy Boissonnault. But Randy is now going to run for re-election, completely screwing over Mark Carney, unless Mark Carney then becomes leader and then just forcibly doesn't let Randy Boissonnault run in Edmonton Center, because there is no other riding that the Liberals could win in the city other than Edmonton Center. And so if Carney announces he's running from Edmonton, it's going to seem like really weird that he then suddenly just says, but I'm going to be running in like Winnipeg or whatever riding. I'm going to run in the Yukon, not the place I am announcing. You would assume you're going to announce where you're planning on running if that was the image you're going for, unless you're going to, announce in Toronto or like Ottawa. But Kirk Lubimov here says, Liberal MP Randy Boissonnault announces that he will seek re-election and endorses Chrystia Freeland for Liberal Party leader. Another indication that Freeland is absolutely in the race. And then Kirk says, other Randy concur. This is interesting as Mark Carney is set to run in Edmonton, where Randy is an MP, internal politics in display. And so Randy Boissonnault's letter here says, I am excited to announce today that I will seek re-election as the Member of Parliament in Edmonton Centre, and that I hope to do so under the leadership of Chrystia Freeland in the 2025 election. That is really funny, because again, Randy's trying to box out Mark Carney, and now for Mark Carney to get rid of Randy Boissonnault, Mark Carney is going to have to do what no Liberal has been willing to do, call out Randy for being a fraudster in order to force him out of the seat. This is going to be an interesting campaign. While Mark Carney and Chrystia Freeland are, again, the two most boring people on the planet, they are the Xanax of candidates. They are going to have a lot of these weirdo internal knife fights going on in order to try and cut each other off from being able to win. They don't have interesting personalities, but the internal conflict is going to be pretty nasty, trying to box out the supporters of each person. I guarantee that in the next federal election, if this gets really nasty, the Liberals aren't even going to be able to field a full slate of candidates, because there's going to be such bad blood and so many people getting whacked in their nominations that a lot of people are just going to throw up their hands and say, I don't want the nomination anyways. I was probably going to lose anyways. Okay, so that's it for me today, guys. Trudeau's out. Freeland's in. Mark Carney's upset with Randy. This thing's going to be a complete on-fire clown car. Subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to keep you up to date with it all. But yeah, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Do all that great stuff. I'll see you next time.